Good morning. Today we will be talking about ancient Greece. Ancient Greece, before, in the ancient world, was one of the strongest empires. Even Romans said that Greece was one of the most powerful and acknowledged it as Magna Graecia, which means in English, Great Greece. By the way, Greece at the time was not an all-powerful empire. It was riddled with lots of city-states, or in Greek, they call it polis, or in plural, poleis. By the way, let's differentiate first city from state, and in Greece at that time, city-states. Today, we call city as a large urban area, but the power of the city is still under a province, or the state, or the country itself. And how about state? State is a part of an area which has its own government, but its whole power is still controlled by the country itself. Now, the city-state in ancient Greece. City-states are what we call a city and its surrounding area with an independent government. So, this was the biggest political area in ancient Greece at that time. There are so many city-states in Greece, but let's talk about how did ancient Greece develop city-states first. One reason why Greece developed city-states was because of its geography. First, there are so many mountainous areas, and there were so many isolated valleys and so many offshore islands that somehow encouraged the formation of so many local centers of power instead of an all-powerful capital. So because of that, it was very difficult to communicate between one city-state and another. So each city-state developed its own government. Second was its aristocrats. The aristocrats in ancient Greece prevented a monarch from permanently being the king of all city-states. Example, if a city-state conquers another city-state, the aristocrats in the conquered city-states usually brand the ruler of the other city-states as a very violent tyrant, which will cause revolt or something. So basically, no permanent monarch will lead all city-states in Greece at that time. Also, one of the factors that created the different city-states in Greece at that time was in times of crisis and overpopulation, they usually send their other people to build colonies in other places. So these colonies, although they somehow recognize their mother ties from their mother city-state, somehow in the future they develop into their own city-state at that time and develop their own kind of government. So it becomes another city-state at that. Anyway, there were so many Greek city-states at that time, and they had differences. One of their differences was the political system. Usually, there were so many different kinds of political system, but we talk about monarchy as one of the political systems in ancient Greece at that time, wherein only one person rules overall. Second was oligarchy. Oligarchy is that a country is run by a group of people, especially the wealthiest people, in one place. Third is democracy. Democracy was said to be born in Athens. Democracy is wherein all people in one city-state vote or do something together at that. Now, also culture. They have different kinds of culture. Other city-states prefer arts, literature, and other things. And other city-states prefer military might at that, like Sparta, by the way. Festivals. Each city-state has its own patron god. For Athens, they usually revere Athena, which was the goddess of wisdom at that. For Delphi, they usually revere Apollo, which was the god of light and oracles, by the way. But despite of their differences, they were somehow unified. Why? One, because of the language. All Greek city-states speak the same language, which was the Greek language. Second, they all share the same pantheon of gods. It means they all believe in the same gods at that, like Zeus, Athena, Minerva, etc. There were so many at that. And third, it might seem a little bit difficult, but it's competitions. Competitions before unified them in a very different way, because after the competitions are finished, they usually come to respect each other's strengths at that, instead of getting jealous or envious at that. So this is the overview of ancient Greece, by the way. Have a nice day.